Well, hello. It's the weekend, and actually, we have a unexpected weekend twofer. Now, I was supposed to just share my another Kamen Rider figure this week, since I was still actually learning and going back to some of the songs that I of the group that I'm planning to talk about, and actually, I was actually also going into to talk about another band, about a band actually. But I this is actually pretty. I didn't expect this, since I wasn't really following when the drops are. But our our P-pop princesses BINI just released their new song Cherry on Top, and I'd like to talk about it because it doesn't just bang as a song. It doesn't just isn't the song isn't it's just it's not only fire, but it also shares Philippine values. Now it also shares it also the music video itself includes a lot about Philippine a few things about Philippine values, and I'd like to talk about that also. And aside from saying that it's a really great song, now the song just dropped a day ago. It's just been a day, and as of last viewing from the video, it has already reached 4 million views. So I guess it's really getting a lot of coverage. At the same time, a lot of the Western K-pop and P-pop reactors are already getting onto it, and they're already really hanging on, and really I guess they're really waiting for the drop. Even some of I would like to name a few, like Katrinka. She is a vocal coach who talks about how the idols sing. She was actually waiting for the comeback, as well as the other groups, other people that I watch, also was able to watch it almost immediately, like in few minutes after release. And it's a great thing because it has drum that Beanie has gone into the consciousness of pop reactors, and it's a great thing. It's a great exposure for them. And the fact that the song itself bangs, the song, it's I would say you can't really say if it's jazzy or something. It's a pure pop song. It's a pop song. It has every elements of a popular song, of a pop song. It has good harmony. The pace is a bit fast. The pace is a bit fast. It is not overly loud, and the music, and then you can also, and it also includes some rap parts. So it's basically in the mold of a hit K-pop P-pop song, since it does have the different lines, it does have the song, and even the message. It's talking about how desirable a woman is, and it's something to build people up. Now, another thing also is that the lines distribution is, I would say, is perfect. The songs, everybody performed very well. As in my previous videos, I would say, but my bias is Aya, and I guess my second bias is actually just I just established my second bias. It's Gwen, and she was really pretty in this music video, especially when she wore that white top. I don't really know much about women's fashion, but that you'll see it. You can't miss it when she wears the white top. Now I'll also be posting the link to the music video in the description, since, yeah, technology wise. But oh, Gwen was pretty, and oh, everybody's always pretty anyway. I do love the I would like to also discuss a few things about some things in the video, because I feel that it is very colorful, and it's packaged and produced like a high quality K-pop song. Yes, but it included a lot of Philippine, well, not values, but Philippine, call back to the Philippines. But before that, I really love the birds when, I guess I think it's Cole, no, Sheena, no, not Sheena, when Tracy, when she was walking down, it harkens back to Disney, to the Disney, the Disney, I think it's to a Disney movie wherein she was walking down. It's really pretty, and the birds were there. So that's one thing. I think that's a callback to Disney. The whole set in itself, it calls back to it reminds me a lot of San Francisco. Now, well, I guess it's the San Francisco of old, because I'm not sure about now, since it's been a while since I've been to San Fran, and we usually stay in Geary. We usually stay around Geary Street. That's where we usually that's where, no, that's where we have always stayed, in that area, in the Geary area. So, some of the, well, it's mostly buildings now, but if you go further up, around Nob Hill, and you get to see the houses, and it's very similar to the set. It's really similar. Maybe it harkens back to San Fran, maybe, or Daly City, where there's a big Filipino community. Now, I'd also like to really more point out, aside from the songs and the dance, is the Filipino, the injection. They were able to inject a lot of Philippine. I really can't say if it's Philippine culture, but maybe, I guess, practices. In Filipino culture. Yeah, practices. I guess that would be the term. That's actually my main point in this video, is that aside from it being a really great song, and they're so beautiful, and the song itself, they were able to put the Philippines in. They were able to put Philippine stuff in there as well. But before that, let's just start with lyrics. It's an all English song, so I guess everybody's gonna. It should be easy to understand. And the first thing that will always get people into the song in terms of lyrics is, my presence is a present. That's already, it really shows confidence. It shows confidence for the song. Also with becoming, if that they're the cherry on top, and if they can make it, they can be sweet, they can be spicy. Actually, of course, I'd have to say that I'd have a bias towards the Philippines. Of course, it is the country I'm in, and it's the country where I grew up. Even if if I'm an ethnic Chinese, but nevertheless, as a Filipino, that's actually what the Filipina is. They're adaptable. They can be as sweet as they can be. They can be really spicy if they want to. Oh, but but don't forget that they have the blood of volcanoes here in the Philippines. They can also get really, they do have the blood of the dragon as well, the blood of the volcanoes. So that's a Filipina for you. They'll be sweet. They can be sweet. They can be spicy. They can be dangerous. But that's a Filipina for you. Now, going back to the things that I found that reminds everybody about Philippine culture, is the first thing is on her way down, when they started the music video, when there was the bakery, is the first thing is that the pagmamano, the mano. What mano is basically like a sign of respect for younger people towards their elders, wherein they touch their hand to their forehead. So that's one thing. It's actually funny because the ones who did it are not Filipino or not Asian, so they did the pagmamano. Second is the coffee and the pandesal. The bread is pandesal. It's it's bread. It's like the dinner roll for I guess for Americans, or the roll. It's pandesal. It's common fare here, where Every morning, we do have our coffee. Yes, the Philippines is a hot country, but despite the heat, we will still be drinking our hot coffee. Um, is to start the day with coffee and the pandesal. And it's a common practice among all of us. And yes, I also do it to dip the pandesal and eat it. Now, it doesn't mean that the bread itself is hard. Actually, if you buy the bread fresh, it's soft and pillowy. But if you leave it out maybe for a few hours, or even less than that actually, it does get hard. Um, but it's not like hard like a hard roll. So that's one thing. That's actually a Filipino trait. You know, the coffee and they dip it, but not so much now since younger people aren't as familiar with pandesal since with the advent of Starbucks and also with the advent of iced coffee. But that's an old school thing. Actually for even for my generation, we don't usually do that anymore. But yeah, I'm old. Yeah, I'm old. I'm pretty old. But we still do it. I mean, at least in my age, a number of us still do that. I'm not sure about the younger ones. I'm not sure about millennials because I'm like in the tail end of Gen X. Now, another thing also that it's funny, I didn't really notice it until my second viewing, wherein they're also talking about the balikbayan box. Now, because the box is red. The balikbayan box system is that for if there's anybody who's not Filipinos watching me, is that usually we do have a lot of relatives in the States, in the United States, or anywhere actually, and even in Europe or elsewhere. Like my family, I have family in Canada, in the USA. Used to have living in LA. Now, the thing is, they bring home stuff like the balikbayan box. It's a normal thing already for the Philippines that we do get these boxes. Now, what's in those boxes? Anything that you can think of. Some of them, if maybe you're asking them if they can buy shoes, they can buy clothes. It can be like vitamins. You know, we bring home a lot of vitamins, especially when we buy it in Costco. Vitamins, yeah, chocolate, vitamins, toys. Before in my time, I used to getting CDs, and it's all packed in that box, and then we send it there. So this is a balikbayan box. Usually, it's either that or an overseas foreign worker. Overseas foreign workers like what they call the OFW. They buy all their stuff, and then when they get home, they have the balikbayan box to give out to give out gifts for family members and friends. Now, another thing also is that it all usually happened during the start when Mika was walking towards another guy and eating a halo halo. Now the halo halo, but it's funny because that halo halo had a cherry on top. Yeah, cherry on top. But we don't do it here. Actually, cherries in the Philippines is a luxury. It's really hard to find cherry. Yeah, it's really hard and expensive to find cherries here. But I'm not sure about other countries. But for the halo halo, it's an ice dessert. It's similar to ice kachang for the Malaysians and Singaporeans, wherein we do have beans, jackfruit, nata de coco or some coconut, also coconut strips and palm fruit. Yeah, palm fruit, among others, and they put other stuff, and then it's put with ice. It's literally means mix. So it's all there, and then the key there is not to eat it like a layer. You have to mix it up, and that's what it's called halo. It's been popularized in the States with Filipino restaurants and also Jollibee eating halo halo. So honestly, we don't have halo halo in Jollibee because you can actually buy halo halo in a corner in your place. But we'd usually go to. But I personally would either eat it in Chowking, which is also a Jollibee subsidiary. Now, it's halo halo. So these are some things that I'm sure non-Filipinos who watch it won't really notice, but I'm sure Filipinos would notice it when they watch it. And lastly, the two things, it's banana Q and the the soft drinks or soda in a plastic bag. That's actually really funny when I was saying, oh, okay. And then I rewatched it. I said, oh, there's Philippine. There's a lot of callbacks to Philippine culture there. So they were not just performing and showing. I mean the how they are with the way with the song itself. They also made sure to put in and to take pride in Philippine values, which is really uplifting for me, which is also one thing that I really love to talk about. I want to talk about. And last thing is banana Q. So it's bananas cooked, fried in with sugar, and put in a stick. So it's like a barbecue, but instead of a barbecue, it's a banana Q. I haven't seen that anywhere else anyway. And lastly is the the soft drinks in a plastic bag. Why? So the thing there is that actually this is also very similar to Thailand when they do the same thing in Thailand actually. Honestly, they actually do it. They did it a one step further because for that, having lived in Thailand for a few months working there, um, they do the plastic bag. They put the ice in it and then the drink, right? That's one step further. Now it's actually different in the Philippines because we usually, but in neighborhoods, in Philippine neighborhoods, there's always this small store which we call sari sari stores. Sari sari means it's anything, it's like a general store, and we usually buy soda pop or soft drinks. What we call it soft drinks here. I'm not sure, maybe called soda. And the thing is, we can't take the bottle at home because those bottles when they get delivered, when the companies deliver those sodas to the store, it includes the bottle and they have to return that bottle. If they lose it, I think if you're gonna get that bottle out, you have to pay a deposit for it because that's the cost of the bottle. So since we don't want to pay any extra, or it's good if you're in the store and you just drink it and just return the bottle. It's fine. But if you need to go elsewhere, they put it in a bag for you, in a plastic bag, and you in a straw, and you just walk and drink it. It's good. You just don't drop it because it's gonna fall. It's gonna spill, but it's a great way that you don't have to pay for the deposit. You're walking around with the drink, and since it's just a small drink, you can finish it even on your walk. So you don't really need to put ice on it actually. So that's one thing. That's the last thing when they were doing their painting scene. It's actually really nice, and I'm sure a lot of people are watching it right now. A lot of commenters have been commenting on it right now. But I just like to say that it's a great comeback for BINI because most people are listening to them. Most foreign reactors are listening to them after the fact, after Salamin, Pantropico, and Carrera's been released, and now they got into Cherry on Top rather quickly, and it's so nice. It as a Filipino who wants everybody to see how great we are. It's a great indication for that. And I just hope that it gets better, it gets more views, and thank you very much for taking the time to watch this. And being a Filipino is like more than cherry on top.